Hello, welcome to HiveTCG. My name is Zach. We're doing a deck profile / discussion on Darklords, which will be getting new support in Burst Protocol in February when that comes out. So, get into it. Starting out with the main deck, got 3 copies of it Shell. It's a mandatory 3 of. You discard it and a Darklord card and draw 2 cards. And who doesn't like drawing 2 cards? 3 copies of Dejuti. This is one of the new cards from the set. What it does, on normal, lets you special summon out a Darklord monster from deck in defense position, and then you're locked into fairies for the rest of the turn. And then the card you summon out with that is Katala. What this does on normal or special summon, it summons out 2 Darklord tokens that are level 6, and then when it is sent to graveyard, you can add a Darklord or Forbidden quick play spell from deck to hand. So you can either search your extenders, or if you already have them, you can search Droplet, which that's pretty good. 2 copies of Morningstar, so you use this to make the first Darklord, because when you use the first Darklord and you have this as material, blows up your opponent's entire board. I feel like you need 2, just because in today's day and age, there's a lot of recursion and ability to come back from board wipes, so I think just having the second one is required for that purpose. 1 copy of Nesting. It helps you unclog difficult hands. If you have loads of Darklord cards in hand that don't really do anything, you can discard 2 of them, summon out this guy, and him, like its shell, has the ability to target a Darklord card in grave, shuffle it back into the deck, and copy its effect, which is the main gimmick of the deck. 1 copy of Hivebooks. Now, some lists do play more copies of Hivebooks. I just think, on normal, it's not a 1 card on its own. You can do it. The main thing you send off is either the traps, or you send Catalia, which lets you then add Darklord cards to keep going. 1 copy of the Unicorn guy. Being able to discard it and a Darklord card to revive a Darklord card from grave. It's very powerful. Main thing, you can obviously discard this, and then you can continue your extension. Because these are both level 6, it does mean on discard you can add the new fusion spell, and then make the new fusion just from these 2 in hand, which is obviously very good. That's it for the Darklord monsters. Spells and traps. 1 copy of Contact. Just reborn a Darklord from grave, non-targeting. Very powerful, very good. You mainly get it from copying Banishment's effect to add it, or if you draw it, it helps you push through interruptions. So you play 3 of this, that's a Darklord card from deck to hand, not very much more to it. 2 copies of Droplet. Obviously you're going to main deck this, it's kind of the deck you're supposed to play it in. And you can search it off this, and from this, because this does actually have a second effect where if it's in grave and you have a Darklord fusion on board, you can banish it from grave to bring back a Darklord or Forbidden card from your graveyard or banishment back to your hand, which is obviously very strong. Another new card that will be coming out of Burst Protocol, the Forbidden Crown. What this does, you target a card, a monster on board, its effects are negated, it can't attack, can't be destroyed by battle card effects, unaffected by other things, can't be tributed, can't be used as an extra deck material. So basically you just freeze the card in place, can't be used for anything. Can be very strong if you need to keep something on your own board safe for a turn, or to stop a crucial card from your opponent's board. So it's a very powerful card. I think it might see play even outside of this deck, maybe generically. 1 copy of Dance. What this does is the fusion spell, so you no longer have to play Uprising, which is always good. What it does, it fusion summons by banishing Darklord cards from hand, field or grave, and you can also use Darklord monsters your opponent controls as well as material, which does make the mirror match quite interesting, to be fair. 1 copy of Rebellion. It sends a Darklord card from hand to grave, destroy a card on field. Non-targeting? Yes, it is non-targeting. It is solid. It's the main card you set off this, but we'll get into that later. 1 copy of Enchantment. Snatch Steal, non-targeting as well. It's very strong as well. When you make this, it's basically the choice between this or this that you set. I think it's mainly matchup dependent on which one you pick. So that's it for the Darklord cards. Get into the rest of the deck when I move these with great difficulty, it seems. So yeah. For this, it's a small engine. It is playing Dawn, 3 copies of Dawn Angel can be, and 1 copy of Trickstar Nightshade. Now, what this card does, if you control no monsters or you only control fairies, you can special summon it from your hand, and then you can tribute it to special summon it and other fairy monsters. You special summon out a fairy from deck whose level equals the amount of levels you tributed, so you then summon out this. You can obviously link this off into a Trickstar Link 1, and this will reborn itself. Then you can link it and the Trickstar Link 1 into Condemned Darklord, and that gets you bridging into the Darklords without normal link, which is obviously very good. 3 copies of Orange Light, because playing a fairy deck, you always play Orange Light if you play in a fairy deck in any way. It's not very much fun to it, it's very powerful. For the non-engine, 3 copies of Fua, 3 copies of Ash, 3 copies of Empire. Now, you can, if you wish, play Impulse, because the whole deck, all the Darklord cards are dark, so you can play Impulse if you wish. Just because I'm playing this engine to help get 2 Darklord cards easier, that's why I'm not playing Impulse, but it is a consideration to be made. And that is it for the main deck. In terms of other variants and cards you could play, there's the branded version of the deck, which is very popular. You can use the Despia cards because they're also dark fairies to help make Indul, to help make first Dark Lord with dramaturge and whatnot. There's the Melodious version. I haven't got a Melodious card to show as an example, but that can also be used as they're all fairies as well. Another popular version is Sulphur Cord. Now, Sulphur Cord is obviously very used generically in various decks, so with these being fairies as well, there's very good synergy in there. I haven't looked properly into it, but it does seem incredibly powerful. And those are the main other variants I've seen of the deck so far. Now, for the extra deck, got 2 copies of Evening Star. What this card does on summon, it lets you set a Darklord spell and a Darklord trap from your deck. So normally in the 1 card combo that you have, you set Banishment, to be able to get a Darklord card, and 1 of the traps. The trap is up to you, usually matchup dependent. Yeah, that's that one. 2 copies of the first Darklord. The on summon, if you use Morningstar as material, blows up the whole board, which is obviously very, very powerful. It does have a second effect where you can, as a quick effect, special summon out a fairy from your graveyard in defense position, but it is you can only use 1 effect per turn. 2 copies of Condemned. What this does, you can discard a card, add a Darklord monster from deck to hand, and in the end phase, you will gain 500 life points for each fairy you have on board. It does also let you use tributes by banishing from grave instead of just tributing, but it doesn't come up very often. 1 copy of Mirage Lights, it's just a spell negate that's made with fairy. The 2 monsters, same type and attribute. The deck's all dark fairies, you can make this quite easily. 1 copy of Coachella, you just need a Trickstar Link 1 to make the Dawn Angel Nightshade engine work, so it doesn't really matter which Link 1 you make. SBIP, because you can, I suppose. So, it's a very free extra deck. These are probably the only real essential cards you have to play. The rest of it is completely up to you. Which is why in my case, I've got Aggregator, Along, Mud Dragon, Grura, Bucephalus for the just of using Super Poly and or Ultimate Slayer, which are in the side deck, but you can also use whatever you wish. If you're playing other variants of the deck, obviously the extra deck will get a little bit tighter from that. And yeah, that is the extra deck. Not much do that either. Finally, the side deck, there's not really very much you do need to play for the side deck. It is completely personal preference. So currently I've got 3 Drolls, 2 Storm, 1 Duster, 3 Super Poly, 3 Ultimate Slayer, and I haven't actually decided what the final 3 cards be because they were D-Barrier, but that card is now banned. I haven't thought about what to put in instead. You can really play whatever you wish, based on whatever your locals matchup is. and that's mainly it. Now the main weaknesses of the deck, Fua and Droll, just like every good mid-range deck that exists in the game, I suppose. So yeah, it is a very fun deck. It's more of a, plays slightly differently to a lot of other decks you can find around, especially due to the copying Darklord cards and Grave effects, which Itchel, Aston, the Unicorn that I never remember the name of, and this guy can all do. So yeah, what we'll do a quick example 1 card combo of what the deck can potentially do, and then that'll be it. So this will be off just 1 copy of the Digitality. So, your normal list, go effect, do special summon out. Wherever it's gone. Tally from deck, in defense, go effect, make 2 tokens, choose these, and then you link these 2 off into, you can either make Mirage or Condemned, it's up to you. Normally go for Condemned. You trigger effective Catalia in Grave, you add a Darklord card, so you add Darklord Dance to your hand, activate Dance, using the tokens you made, you summon out Evening Star, go effective Evening Star to set. Obviously it's one of these 2, it's up to you which one. And then Banishment, we'll just pick Rebellion for this. Activate Banishment to add. See, that's when you add your Itchel, and you go effective Evening Star, target Banishment, shuffle back into the deck to copy its effect, and then get yourself your copy of Morning Star to your hand. You go effective Itchel, discard 2, draw 2. Whatever they are, doesn't really matter. And then you just well, that's mainly it really. There's probably more, but I have forgotten what it is. Then you just pass, so you've got whatever this set is, and then on your opponent's turn, because you've got Morningstar and Grave, you've got a board wipe, and whatever your other 4 cards were to begin with in your hand, and this draw 2. So it's a very solid deck that knows what it wants to do. That's about all to it. So yeah, take care.